everybody. It's another fine day here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm glad to see you. I hope everyone is able to get out like me and my wife is. Get your walk in, or just get some fresh air. Because this is the day the Most High has made, and we will rejoice. I did have a great word today, I thought, that the Most High gave me during my studying over in the morning. And it is, don't fall for the okey doke. And when I get words from the Most High, I know what it means to me. But I like to look it up and see what the world thinks of the words that he give me, or what the dictionary thinks. And when I looked up the okey doke, I saw that it had been in the news lately with President Obama using it. And the way he used it, to me, sounded kind of off a bit. He said something like, that is okey doke. That is full of the okey doke. That's what he said. And he was referring to, I think, something the current President Trump was saying. But to me, he didn't put that slang on it like he should have. But that's neither here nor there. But our word is, don't fall for the okey doke. And a lot of times when this is said, this saying is said, it is said, don't fall for the old okey doke, which is the old trick from the old trickster. And I'm sure we all know who the old trickster is. He's the one that deceived Adam and Eve in the garden. And that was called the fall. And how he did it was with a question. He said, did the Elohim really say? Or did God really say? And that was the fall. Now, as we notice, the second Adam come, we can call that the rise. Because that was the rise of man. But I thought that was a great way to look at it. Because when the Most High, when YAHUSHA first came into his ministry, the Holy Spirit, or the RUACH led him straight out into the wilderness to be tested by the trickster. And what had gotten me, and I was talking to my wife about it this morning, why would the Most High send YAHUSHA out into the wilderness to be tested? And then on top of that, why would he tell him, after he had gotten baptized, this is my beloved son I'm proud of, in whom I'm well pleased, rather. And I think, as I was discussing with my wife, the Most High gave me another word. He said, 30 for 3. So after I began to ponder that, I saw what he was saying. He was saying that YAHUSHA spent his whole life, which was 30 years prior to that, preparing for his ministry. So he gave 30 years just for 3. 30 years of praying, fasting, and watching. And I think we're in that same type season where we need to watch and as well as pray, as the script says. And that we should spend our entire lives preparing for what the Most High will do with us. And I know that sounds kind of hard because a lot of us just want to shine. We don't want to spend the time before His face. And that's what my mother asked me in a text this morning. Basically, who are you sitting under with all this faith you're talking? And I told her one time before, I'm not sitting under any man. I'm being taught by the RUACH HaKodesh. Now, if he lead me to a teacher, because we're all should be teachable, then I accept that. But I don't call myself sitting under any man, because if I'm being taught by the RUACH HaKodesh anyway, through that person. And as I'm making my rounds here in the park, I was pondering that thought about falling for the Okey Doke. And the Most High began to tell me it's gonna be subtle ways that we fall. And it's not such a great fall. Because with Adam and Eve, that wasn't a big thing. It was a big thing, but it was something simple. Just like not eating from a tree. And yes, it seemed simple, but it had great significance and repercussions. But that's how it is with us in our everyday lives. When we fall for the Okey Doke in the small things we think are small. Because any disobedience is sin. And all sin ends in death. And or repercussions. If that sin continues on, it will end in death. And that's why we have to seek the Most High's face constantly every day. And try to walk the path. Try to do the commandments. And see, I know people say the commandments are done away with. But who's out here killing, stealing, trying to mess around with his neighbor's wife? All these things are commands. And we have to try our best not to break them. Now it does take the RUACH HaKodesh to lead and guide us into all truth, which means He's going to lead us away from doing these things. And it's up to us to listen to Him when He comes to us, and not to the old trickster with his questions. Now, looking at that lady's butt really that bad? You can look again. No. And see, you can if you don't have a lifetime history of fighting pornography. And then when He question you about finding an envelope with an address on it full of money, you don't really have to turn that in, do you? Finders keepers, losers weepers, right? No. And He'll have you going against the very essence of your moral fiber, what you're made of, how you're stitched together, if you're not careful. We have to do as YAHUSHA did when He was in the garden. When He was in the wilderness. We have to hit Him with the word. As soon as He questions you what's right or wrong. You come right back at him with what the Most High told you, or what the Most High has in the script. And let that be the final word. And walk that out. And don't, what's the word? Don't sway from the path. That's not the path I want. I mean the word I want, but don't get off the path that word has you on. But that's gonna be my time. As always, I love y'all. Stay up, keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.